All right, I think we have everyone here. GM, or should I say BM? Yeah, welcome to another episode of FXcast. My name is Peng. I'm the marketing and partnerships lead at Function X. We are a layer one chain built with the Cosmos SDK. We are huge fans of Cosmos. So, in this podcast, we chat with the leading builders in the Web3 space. And today we have two special guests with us. We have LilGainzz from Stargaze Zone and Cortlandt from Badkids. And we'll be chatting about NFTs in Cosmos. Welcome to FXcast, guys.
Hey, hello. Thanks for having me.
Hey, good morning. Bad morning, I should say, right?
Yes, bad morning.
BM. So, just to quickly kick us off, can you quickly introduce yourself and your project? Stargaze, you want to go first?
Sure. Hey, everybody, I'm LilGainzz. I'm part of the Stargaze team, where I focus on community growth. For those who may not be familiar, Stargaze is all about redefining the NFT space. It's not just another blockchain, it's the premier community-focused blockchain for NFTs.
Badkids, you want to go next?
Yes, go ahead. Sorry, what was the question again? I kind of spaced out as I tend to do.
Just to quickly introduce yourself and your project.
Okay. Yes, Badkids is an NFT on Stargaze, and it is bad drawings that look like they were made by children of children, and it's become a very popular collection in the Cosmos ecosystem.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it. Could you just tell us the story behind Bad Kids? What First of all, what were you doing before starting Bad Kids, and what inspired you to start Bad Kids?
Well, I was a freelance designer, and I worked in the video games industry for a while, and I've always done kind of art. I went to art school. I've done like a lot of various like animation projects on the side, and when I first learned about NFTs, I was a little skeptical at first, but then over time, I started seeing some cool stuff, and I thought. I wanted to try it out. Like I had a few ideas that I was kind of exploring, and Bad Kids just kind of, it was like a thing that when it came to me, like I hadn't seen anything like it. I wanted to see if I could make it work. It felt like a challenge, kind of just trying to do this thing that was like a little bit unlike a lot of the other PFP projects out there. And so it was a fun challenge, and yeah, it just kind of came about sort of organically.
So I have to ask this question. Were you a good or bad kid growing up?
I was probably more of a good kid than a bad kid, but I think I definitely had some bad kid in me. I would definitely make a lot of noise and run around, and I was probably a lot for my parents to have to deal with.
All right, Stargaze Zone. Could you tell us like your story behind Stargaze?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So, for those that don't know, currently there's two co-founders. It's Shane and Jorge. And if we take it back, like way back, from the beginning, Shane and Jorge, they were in like a business venture, and they met while working on a Cosmos startup called True Story. I'm not sure if you guys know that. And then they were thinking of what to do next. They thought about building a social media platform similar to like a Twitter, but with like a Web3 twist. And then, long story short, the social network platform idea turned into the first ever NFT chain in Cosmos.
Gotcha. And I believe uh, for Stargaze, you did your Genesis mint in March of 2022. And Bad Kids was one of the dozen of the Genesis NFTs. Could you just share with us how you ended up picking the final 15 candidate for the Genesis mint?
Sure. So I wasn't actually part of the team back then. I joined Stargaze team back in April of this year. But from what I do know is that around half of the creators were a team pick, and the rest were through a community vote. I'm not sure though. Maybe Badkids, you can tell us how you came in to the ecosystem. Did you approach the team, or were you a community vote? I don't remember.
What I recall from back then was they put out a call for creators basically when they were getting ready to launch or to put out those Genesis collections. And so it was, I'd been working on Bad Kids kind of with the expectation that it would end up on Ethereum, but I was a fan of Cosmos. I'd been playing around with it. I'd gotten the Stargaze airdrop. It was actually like the first major airdrop that I received, using Cosmos. So I already had like a high opinion of them. So when I saw that they were sort of open for projects, it seemed like a good opportunity because I'm terrible at marketing, and it felt like if I threw Bad Kids in on Ethereum, it felt like it would be a real uphill battle to get noticed. And at least, here if you're launching at the start of something, it's you at least will definitely get some attention. So it felt like an easy choice to me once Bad Kids was accepted.
Yeah, and just to stay on you, Bad Kids, obviously you guys are one of the most popular Cosmos NFTs. It's the PFP that many of the key Cosmos builders use. So I'm just curious, why do you think that is? Like, what do you think led to the success of Bad Kids?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot of small things. I think when Bad Kids came out, I wasn't making a lot of big promises, and I also, I was, there wasn't a roadmap or anything like that. It was, very much about just like kind of, you know, people that got the kind of joke of it, or that kind of like enjoyed that would come together, and that would make a pretty good community, or at least that was my hope, and that's sort of how it played out. And so uh yeah, I think also just because it was original, there wasn't anything like it on any other chain. It wasn't like sort of a derivative of something more popular. I think people building in Cosmos, they don't see this ecosystem as kind of like a secondary version of some more popular thing. And so I think finding finding an NFT that kind of represents that originality and that spirit is important, or at least that's that'd be my theory. You'd have to ask the builders themselves what they saw in it.
At what point did you realize that Bad Kids was starting to get serious and it was more than just a fun art project?
I guess probably when the mint sold out, because really up until that point, I was really enjoying it, but I wasn't sure. A lot of times there could be like a lot of doubt. When you're about to put something out there in the world, you're not sure if other people are going to get it or enjoy it the same way you do. So I really, when the mint sold out, even though that was still really early days, I was like, wow, I was just blown away that people liked it enough to want to mint it, to mint all of them. And then, so that was, I don't know, that was the first time it started to feel serious. And then just over time, seeing it grow, like it's always had like this very steady kind of slow growth. Shot up quite a bit very recently. Um, but yeah, so I guess I've been taking it pretty seriously from the beginning.
I'd like to add to that too. Like, what's very interesting to me is a lot of the Genesis creators are still around, and maybe they just came to Stargaze, just to launch a collection and form a community. But I do see that some of these creators have experienced that, like that new phase where they actually have to get very serious. Like they're getting very important collabs for partnerships with other projects. They're being exhibited in different art galleries, traveling to different events. Me personally, I've been to different events with some of the creators and Genesis creators on Stargaze. I mean, Cortland, I've hung out with you a few times. I've hung out with women from Cosmos back when we went to NFT NYC. So seeing the creators just go from someone that just came to launch an NFT collection on Stargaze to someone who's actually traveling around the world and making this their full time has I don't know. It's just very, very cool to see that happen in our community. So I'm very, very proud of our community.
Yeah, that's great. And just to stay on you, Stargaze, could you share with us the current top NFT collections on Stargaze, and why do you think some projects are more successful than the others?
I'll before I go there, I think Bad Kids wanted to say something.
No, you got this. Go ahead.
All right, cool, cool. Yeah, so right now, if we do look at the marketplace and based on like volume and based on like popularity, of course it's Bad Kids. Second right now is Plucky Penguins, Pixel Witches, Manta Squad, the Big Kids, Pixel Wizards, After the Filter, Chill Kids, Shrimp Gang, Wreck Bulls. I mean, there's a few right now that are very popular and are getting a lot of traction. Um, but that does cycle a little bit. That does cycle. It just depends on what they're doing, what they're motivating their community to do. Are they incentivizing trading? Do they have utility? So this does cycle a little bit. But right now, those are the top ones.
And what do you think are the key contributing factors to the success of these top NFTs?
It varies. Honestly, it does vary. And I sometimes see collections or projects that have strong leadership. With those, you can see them outperforming other projects, right? The ones that are very active in the community, the ones that have a very like buzzing Telegram or Discord, projects that are on Twitter Spaces talking about different things that are happening amongst like their communities or amongst like cryptocurrency. It just really depends on how well they carry themselves. Um, but yeah, that's all I can add to that.
Bad Kids, do you have anything to add?
Oh, yeah. There's so many different ways to succeed. I think I think just sort of like at the core of it is like just kind of believing in your project, which it sounds like super obvious, but I think people, and actually I guess LilGainzz, you sort of got at this with like kind of having a vision, like your project, maybe it has utility, maybe there's a plan to build something bigger, or maybe it's just art, maybe it's part of a game. There's a lot of different ways this can go, but sort of standing behind that and being able to kind of communicate that clearly and you know keep people informed, that'll always be rewarded. I think like people value that.
Yeah, totally. I see Pixel Wizards in the audience. This is an invite if you want to come up and have a chat. Feel free to
Yes.
make a request.
Yeah, please invite the current project creators on Stargaze. For example, Shrimp Club is listening. Very good, very good community over there at Shrimp Club.
I have sent out the invite for Pixel Wizards and Shrimp Club.
There we go.
Yeah. Hi, Pixel Wizard. Can you introduce yourself and your project? Pixel Wizard, we can't hear you.
Oh, sometimes this happens. Hello, hello, testing.
Yeah, I can hear Stargaze fine. Pixel Wizard, can you try speaking? Nope, we can't hear you, Pixel Wizard. I think we'll wait for Pixel Wizard to come back. In the meantime, Stargaze, there is a analytics section in a website. So I'm just curious, could you share some insights from what you
Sure.
learned from the
I
analytics?
Yeah, sure. I'm not the best with analytics, but something that I did want to bring up is we recently introduced the IBC Minter for Stargaze Launchpad, so you can create your collection and use different assets to mint the collection. Since we introduced this, there were two collections that took advantage of it. the Manta Squad and also the Plucky Penguins. They use the IBC Minter and they use USK. And when they use that, oh my gosh, I think their collections instantly sold out within a few hours, resulting in over 100. I think close to 100 USK, 100,000 USK. And after that, the secondary market trading volume surpassed like 7 million stars. So looking at that, I think introducing the IBC Minter definitely helped with onboarding more communities to Stargaze and also increasing that volume.
Thanks, Stargaze. Pixel Wizard and Shrimp Club. Do you
Hey,
want to try speaking?
I think it's working now.
Awesome, I can hear you.
Cool.
Yeah, please introduce yourself and Pixel Wizard.
Yeah, I'm Headmaster Bernie. This is the Pixel Wizards main account. Yeah, I'm also a creator on Stargaze. Probably also one of the anticipated collections on there. Also, no roadmap. Just put as much utility inside the NFT itself, kind of thesis. So Pixel Wizards are a interactive, animated, executable NFT. So basically, each NFT is like a computer code, and that resembles a wizard or a witch. That's our derivative collection. So we have wizards and witches. And each NFT is able to tell the price of a cryptocurrency it's bound to. Like if you have a Bitcoin wizard, then it can tell you the current price of Bitcoin or stars or Matic for witches. And yeah, a lot of tokens are supported. And they all have secrets. Some of them have secrets, interactivities that you can click on your NFT and let them do stuff. For example, Pixel Wizards have a sorting hat, like the one from Harry Potter. So when you click on it, it starts doing a little animation with chatting and saying a few words to you. Also, there are yearly events happening, like they're coded inside the NFT itself. Like on National Nude Day, I think that's about in a half a year again. Then all the wizards are undressed, so all their robes are gone and they just display in full nude. Those kind of funny things are in there, and then yeah, and that's also for the witches. The witches have some more animations, more complex animations, like they can transfigure into something else, like a smaller, tiny part NFT. By doing a ritual on your NFT, and you have to figure out the ritual, how to transfigure it, and it's just a fun way of doing NFTs. And yeah, I think that will sum it up. I think you have to experience it in order to grasp it, because a few words cannot cannot put to it to encompass it all. So yeah, that'll be it, I guess.
Thank you, Pixel Wizard. Shrimp Club, you're up next. Can you introduce yourself and your project?
Hello, guys. My name is Duarte, and I'm one of the founders of Shrimp Club. So we right now have two collections. We have a Shrimp Gang. That was the first one. We made it for the Kujira community, basically. So we are really deep inside the Kujira community, and we wanted to create a collection. And Stargaze is an awesome marketplace, and we choose Stargaze to launch it. And we are really happy with it. It was a big success, and after that, because the main collection, it's not really appropriate for profile pictures, because we really don't have any utility, just for the art and for the community, basically. We created a second one that is Shrimp Avatar, that it's more target for the profile pictures, and to more the ratio is more appropriate for the profile picture. And because we don't have anything, like we aren't devs, we don't know how to code it, and we created the collection for fun and for the community, and we wanted to give back to the people, the community, with the minting profits. We managed to get a fund, a treasury fund from the profits, and we bought a lot of Kujira when it was on the bottom. We managed to send or to give our community around $10,000 already, and we still have around $30,000 in the treasury fund that we do a lucky trade every month, or just it's just we pick a random trade from our collection, from Shringang collection, for example, and everyone that holds that shrimp gets a piece of the pot price, for example. So that basically that's our utility at the moment. And for the shrimp avatars, we also created a DAO on the DAO platform.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
That it's also really great. It's been an awesome experience. And yeah, basically, we now are sending all the royalties to the DAO, and the DAO itself can manage everything. Yeah, it's been great so far. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, awesome. Glad to have you here. My next question is for all the NFT projects. Given that new NFTs are being launched every day, how are each of you actively trying to, maintain mindshare, not just in the Cosmos ecosystem, but in the wider crypto ecosystem? Badkids, you want to start first?
Yeah, sure. So Bad Kids is, it's already pretty popular in Cosmos. So I guess for me, it's just finding ways to, recognize new people coming into the community, keep communication good. If someone shares something like funny or interesting, make sure to boost that. But yeah, right now it's getting easier than it's ever been for people, say on Ethereum or Solana to explore Cosmos. I think there's, as the bull market's coming back, there's a lot of curiosity about Cosmos. So, it's kind of making it as easy and obvious as possible for people coming in. How to buy NFTs it'll be helpful to me, but I think it'll be helpful to everyone that has an NFT on Stargaze. So that's kind of what I'm focused on right now.
How about you, Pixel Wizard?
Yeah, of course, we're not the bad kids that are widely known, but I'll try to do my best because there's no team behind it. It's just me. So I'm trying my best to keep everyone informed that there are also wizards on Cosmos and witches, and yeah, and if you want to grab a unique experience, then then just come check them out, because I think on no other chain you can find something like this. Yeah, people should definitely check out. And also, it's a bit similar to Cosmos, because onboarding people to Cosmos is a bit difficult, because we have IBC and not everyone understands that straight from the get-go. And that's the same with executable NFTs, is that not everyone understands it when they get one. I think it's a funny way, and I also try to explore new things. Like, we just opened up the Wizard DAO, and that's accumulating 2% of all the royalties, and it's community owned, at least for the ones that stake it on the DAO. And there's also the token dueling game. It's a game where your wizards get imported to, and you can fight other wizards on price action of cryptocurrencies, like put up a stars versus a Bitcoin wizard and see who is the wisest wizard in terms of price action, and then either you or your opponent wins the lot. Like you can bet a few hundred stars on it, and then the person that won wins all the stars. It's a kind of funny thing to do. Yeah, and I'll just keep on doing innovative stuff and trying to find cool things. And I think that's my success story for Wizards. And I'll hope everyone get a chance to explore it.
You said you are doing everything by yourself. Literally everything?
Yeah, only I did not build the game. Did a bit of the UI, but and apart from that, I do everything myself. Yes.
Well, I mean, well, that's pretty amazing. I mean, Pixel Wizard is amazing if you go to the website and check it out. Kudos to you, man.
Thanks.
Yeah. Shrimp Club, you're next.
Yeah, Pixel Wizard it's really amazing. He's doing a fantastic job, and shout out to you, man. I just want to say that I think Stargaze have space for everything, like Badkids, Pixel Wizards, Mantas. Even only if we are only talking about Kujira communities collections, we already have like 5, 6 probably or more. And yeah, we are constantly doing more and creating more collections. I think Stargaze have a really high potential that we can't we don't know yet. We right now are also doing collections for other protocols. Like we also helped Manta Squad. We did all the artwork and all the minting help. So Mike from the Manta DAO, he minted the collections, but we helped him with everything. We are doing the same for other protocols that also want to do NFT collection for their community. Yeah, and I think that is amazing. It's an amazing way to bring the community of your protocol or your company or whatever you want to do. It's a great way to bring communities together, and I think Stargaze have the protocol, the place to bring all the communities together, and that's fantastic.
Awesome. And how about you, Stargaze? Obviously, you are by far the leading NFT marketplace in Cosmos by a long stretch. But I mean, there are also other NFT marketplaces in the other layer 1, layer 2 ecosystem. So how do you think about competitiveness within this landscape?
Well, I think where we have the competitive edge is that we are a NFT network, NFT blockchain, right? So it means that we can custom build whatever we want on this blockchain to make sure that our NFT communities get what they want. And I think the team does a really good job at listening to users' feedback and building upon that, and just making sure that whatever we do is being very innovative in the space. We've already introduced like different types of features to just the marketplace this year: an NFT AMM protocol, live auctions on chain. Something that also makes us stand out is the contract enforced royalties. So yeah, I think we are paying very close attention to what other marketplaces are doing and maintaining the momentum that we need to make sure that we stay very competitive. But I do just want to say something really quick is nothing that nothing all the success that we've seen so far with Stargaze is a lot of the community here that are listening, the creators up here contribute to it. So we are very community focused, and that's the way that we're going to grow and make sure that we stay on top of the other competitors in the space.
Stargaze, just to stay on you, could you elaborate more on the benefits of launching an NFT on Stargaze as compared to other marketplaces? Obviously, you mentioned that you can customize solutions for the project. Is there anything else that potential NFT builders should take note of?
Yeah, for one, the studio where people can go and launch their collection is very user friendly. No code required. We're seeing different people use the different minters that we have there. We have a 101 minter. We have an open edition minter, a standard vending minter. We also have a launch pad, so people can apply to have their projects featured. We also recently introduced these featured spot auctions. So if you're a creator, you want to get featured on Stargaze, you can bid on a NFT that will secure a featured spot if you win it. We do a lot of tech support in our Discord. So if you're a new creator, you don't want to get featured, but you do need help learning how to launch a collection, just drop in our Discord and we'll give you all the support you need. So yeah, we really are there for the creators and help with any questions they have. So yeah, that's what sets us apart.
Yeah, and can I just add on to that? Because I was one of those creators that, launched on Stargaze, and yeah, it is like the Stargaze community is incredibly helpful. I'm not that technical of a person, and I probably wouldn't have been able to launch the collections I launched without the help of the team. And not only that, it's to me the fact that there's no gas fees or extremely minimal gas fees are, that's one of the things that really made it stand out for me. Like I remember reading some statistic that most artists that were launching NFTs on Ethereum were actually losing money because they weren't making enough to sort of make back what they spent on the gas it took to launch something. And Stargaze you would never have that problem because everything is almost free basically. I mean, I guess there is a tiny collection fee, but it's compared with gas on Ethereum, it's nothing. So that's a huge advantage.
Awesome. Stargaze, could you just quickly explain how you are able to provide no gas fees? How does it work on the back end?
Oh man, here comes the technical questions. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that the developers set that based on the contract. So I don't know exactly how it works, but it's all at the contract level. Bernie is probably a better person that would understand exactly maybe how that works. Would you say Bernie or no?
No, not to the fullest. My blockchain knowledge isn't that up. So I saw.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to hear that despite having no technical knowledge, like Badkids and Pixel Wizards, you guys are still doing very well. I think it's testament to the great support from Stargaze.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I do have technical knowledge, but not on a blockchain level. So it's more on the front end. So that helps me bringing Pixel Wizards. But yeah, when I first wanted to launch Wizards, it was on Terra, and then you had to do the contract yourself and all kind of things, and then the crash came. I delayed the launch, and then it finally turned out to go to Stargaze, and they had this Stargaze Studio. It was just a mere interface to create your collection and on chain and launch it, create the designated the design contracts and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's so simple. Any creator that doesn't have technical knowledge should be able to, or at least with a little bit of help from the team, which they are very willing to, be able to help you onboard your collection onto Stargaze or open editions or whatever you want to launch.
So just to answer your question, because I did ask the devs because I wanted to really get the right answer out there. I'm not sure if I made my point here, but Stargaze is an NFT chain, so it's a layer one, where the validators agree on which type of transactions can be granted a zero gas fee, and that's how that's done. But to get very, very specific, I can't go there just yet. I'm not a dev.
I think you explained well enough. Yeah, my next question is for all of the projects. What is your 1 to 2 year roadmap? What can holders and potential holders expect from your project in the next 1 or 2 years? Badkids or Shrimp Club, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So we are doing something like a NAS that we call NAS, that is NFT as a service. So we provide NFTs as a service, like we do with the MandaDAO. We are doing a couple of NFT projects for other protocols, and we get some revenue from that we add to the treasury. We also will launch a token. We will launch a Kusi token on the Kujira blockchain, but we'll be very integrated with Stargaze, or I hope so. So we might end up doing like maybe a few collections that are minted with Gucci, and we want to keep doing what we've been doing, that is giving back our community, having fun, and yeah, just keep the community happy and keep giving back all the love that they've been giving us so far.
Awesome. How about you, Pixel Wizard?
There's no designed roadmap, so I do all the things on the fly when I get to them. So wizards were minted as they were. Like, I only promised an airdrop of something called grimoires. Those are the magic spell books. So that's still currently in the making, and yeah, I just do things on the get-go, like the dueling game. That wasn't on the roadmap, but just got out there. I was also thinking about getting sprite sheets for wizards, so that you can import your wizard into some sort of RPG maker kind of thing, and let the community make their own games with their own wizards or something, like all those kind of things you can do. And yeah, just no roadmap, but just do things as they turn out to be.
Love it. How about you, Badkids?
Well, there's never really been a roadmap, and there's never really been any promises. I think in a weird way, not promising anything and sort of not, not sort of requiring anything of the people that sort of come into your NFT community can be a positive thing, or at least this is kind of my approach to it. Like, there's already so much stuff to keep track of with like crypto, if you're providing liquidity or doing stuff on other chains. And so to me, it's, my approach to NFTs has always been to keep them kind of like and simple and easy to understand, and not something that you have to really think about or come back to too often. And there's some teams that have like really engaged, really active communities that give them a lot to do. That's another way of doing it too. And I think both models exist for a reason. But for me, it's all about simplicity. And if I did an airdrop earlier this year of Badkids for all Badkids holders. And that was another thing where, it appeared in your wallet if you had a Badkid. And that includes like all the dead wallets that, might have minted Badkids and then forgot that Stargaze existed and never came back. If they ever do come back, they'll have a Badkid there as well.
That's great. How about you, Stargaze? What's the roadmap for Stargaze Zone?
Well, since the NFTs and the Cosmos Eco are definitely evolving, we've seen like that a lot of these communities and users are basically praying for like NFT-fi. So perps, loans, and all those goodies. That's what's planned, and that's what's coming ahead. And obviously, just improving the user experience, the UI. That's something that we're always thinking about. So yeah, get ready, guys. 2024 is going to be a big year for Stargaze.
Awesome. And just to stay on you, Stargaze, would you like to highlight any NFTs that you feel isn't getting the attention that it deserves?
Sure. And the way I'm going to do this is by seeing who's in the space listening. Um, we have the sneaky animals. We have the wreck bulls. We have the colonial cats in here. Shout out to them. The Digits NFT collection. The Shrimp Gang, even though they're up here as a speaker, they still deserve more recognition and love for all their hard work. And obviously Bernie with Pixel Wizards, I know he's up here too, but the dude is always constantly wizarding and shipping and just having a lot of fun and helping the Stargaze team out with a lot of other things behind the scenes. So shout out to everybody here. Thank you so much.
And Squids.
And Squid.
And actually, to add on to that, everyone should have something from one of the Stardy collections. Like, she's been around since the beginning of Stargaze. She's offered me a lot of help and advice. I think she's actually like working for Stargaze now. But she does great pixel art. She's a great person. She should have more supporters out there.
100%. Stardy, my gosh, like what would we do without Stardy? You guys have probably interacted with her many, many times. She is part of the core team at Stargaze. I gotta just show her a lot of love.
Awesome. I love that there's so much love going around. So just to wrap up our little Twitter space here, for each of you, what advice would you give an aspiring or upcoming NFT project that's looking somewhere to launch? Stargaze, do you want to go first?
Yes, please do your research on the NFT platform that you plan to launch. Um, Read over the docs. What are the minting fees? What is the community like? How active is the community like? The support? Do they have good reviews? How active are they on Twitter? How easy is it to launch on that platform? Do they have a no code studio like us? Yeah, and those are the few things that I can think of. I'm sure the creators up here have a lot more to add.
Yeah, Badkids, what advice would you give?
I guess my advice would be that you can kind of make up your own rules for your NFT. Like when I was getting started, I think I would see a lot of things like people would be asking me, like, what's the roadmap? What's the utility? Like, why don't you have any influencers like shilling your project? Like you don't have to do that stuff if you don't want to. You can, you should do what feels right for you. And at the end of the day, even if the project is a failure, at least is what I was telling myself. If Badkids didn't catch on, I would still have been proud of it. Like I would still be happy I made it. So you should, if you're making an NFT, you should feel that way too. Like even if it's a failure, you should still be proud that you made it.
Amen to that. How about you, Pixel?
Yeah, just go ahead and do it. Like, go to Stargaze if you're an artist and you want to launch a collection, or also if you're not an artist but someone that really likes to put up a collection. I think it really works to be unique. Like Badkids has their own style, Wizards have their own style, Shrimp Club have a massive community. Wreck Gang, for example, has those many chains communities. Like they have a collection on Polygon, but also on ETH, but also on Stargaze, and I think and Solana and Base. So all those kind of things that set you apart from the average cash grab. Just go ahead and be yourself and launch your amazing idea.
Solid advice. How about you, Stream Club?
So I think the most important thing is to have fun with what you're doing. You know, if we are doing a collection, the most important thing is to enjoy doing it. You know, if you are doing just for making money, I think it doesn't make sense. You know, because we just do things because it's funny. We try to build the community with it, being funny, bringing love and joy to everyone, and I think that's the most important. So if you love doing an NFT collection, if you love the art, the process of making the art, um, try Stargaze because it's amazing. It's low fee. You like pay $10 to create a collection. Just do it. You know, it won't bankrupt you. If it's a success, awesome. If it's not, man, it's just $10 or whatever. Yeah, just do it.
Very well said. And with that, I'd like to conclude today's Twitter space. I want to thank Stargaze Zone, Badkids, Pixel Wizards, and last but not least, Stream Club. Thank you all, and I hope you have a great day. BM.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, guys.
We am. Okay. Have a bad day, guys.